Harvard professor Avi Loeb says there's a possibility humans aren't the only civilization in the universe.
Whether we live in such a reality or not is not a philosophical question. We just have to look out.
Loeb teamed up with the Pentagon office that investigates unidentified aerial phenomenon, and they released this draft report that indicates it is possible that alien ships have already visited our solar system. Specifically, Loeb thinks the first interstellar object spotted passing through our solar system in 2017 that was given the name Oumuamua could be an extraterrestrial mothership. Loeb says Oumuamua didn't have the characteristics you'd find in meteors or other known objects.
We consider a possibility where an object as big as Oumuamua, which was a football field size, is a mothership.
He says the mothership could have released smaller ships or probes to study our solar system after spending a long time to get here.
With chemical rockets, it takes less than 1 billion years to traverse the entire Milky Way galaxy.
Loeb says if Oumuamua was a ship, there likely wasn't life on it. Instead, he believes it could have been operated by artificial intelligence.
An artificial intelligence system that stays dormant for that period and just gets activated when it comes close to its target.
All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and the glory unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem YAHAWASHI, BaHashem Barakak Vadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, who taught me this truth. Honors to the brethren in the Akim that's been pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to Wadi YAHAWAH, BaHashem YAHAWASHI, for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be The Lord Coming in Clouds, or He Cometh in Clouds. All right. Now, you brothers just saw that clip concerning that, there's been they said that in the somewhere out in outer space, there's a ship that is the size of a football field, which they're calling the mothership, which it really isn't the mothership. It's the fathership, All right. Plus, there's no in the when you read the scriptures, every time the disciples or the prophets, wherever, ever encountered the angels, they're always men. All right. There's no, the angels are all men. Okay. So really it's the fathership. All right. That's how the Lord's going to make his glorious return. That's how he's going to, that's how he's going to come in the ships. He's going to come, he cometh in the clouds, and every eye is going to see him. And we're going to start there through the Spirit. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and 7. And it says, behold, he, who's the he is YAHAWASHI. Okay. He cometh with clouds. And that's where the, what the world calls UFOs. All right. Unidentified, flying objects. All right. That's where they're always seen, somewhere in the sky, in the clouds, And that's how the Lord's going to make his return. He cometh with clouds. And every eye shall see him. So everyone on this earth is going to see the Lord when he makes his return. There's not going to be anybody, whatever is going on in that day, whatever day that may be, whatever hour throughout the day it is, whatever people are doing, they're going to stop it. It's going to be like time's going to stop damn near. And everyone's going to lay eyes on YAHAWASHI when he comes with this, when he comes and when he comes with the thousands of heaven. All right, which are the angels. And it says, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. And that's right. And the reason they're gonna wail is because people gonna know that ain't nobody gonna be asking who that is. They gonna know that's the Lord, man. All right. Just like when you read the book of Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, and around like this 8th verse, I believe it says, and they shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. And you're going to know, it's going to be the Lord that's going to be doing the things that he's going to be doing. And what is he going to be doing? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. So the Lord, he's going to come with that heat, okay, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames with fire. With his rebuke with flames of fire. And it says, for by his fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. See, so the slaying of our Lord is going to be a lot of people, man. A lot of people. And that's what he's coming out of his dwelling place to punish. Let me see where that is. Punish the inhabitants of the earth. I didn't. Punish the inhabitants of the earth.
According to Bible.com, for, behold.
Let's go to Isaiah 26 and 21. And it says, we'll start at 20. And it says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. And the chambers represents the chariots, all right? Because that's how they're going to be shielded when the Lord's, wrath comes. When he sends the missiles when they hit, when he sends them that concentrated fire, which is going to come from the chariots, those laser beams. That's how the elect are going to be protected, by entering into thy chambers, by meeting the Lord in the air. Okay, it says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee." And it says, "Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation, which is the righteous anger, be overpassed." Which the indignation is the indignation of the Lord. Okay. For verse 21, it says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his dwelling place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain." See that? So that's the thing. The Lord, he's coming out of his dwelling place to punish these people, man. Punish you wicked Israelites, you Edomites, everybody. Everybody who's not on, like, those that are not for YAHAWASHI, you're against them, and you're his enemy, and that's who he's coming to destroy. All those that are his enemies. Okay? This is the book of Mark, chapter 14, and verse 62. And it says, "And Yahawashi said, I am, and ye shall see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power, and coming in the clouds of heaven." You see that? And this is what Yahawashi told when he got taken from the high priests and the scribes. He pretty much told them, "Look, niggas, look, I'm gonna be on the right hand side of my Father, man. And you're going to see me coming back in the clouds of heaven, man. You're going to see me coming back like you never seen me." Well, the same way that he left is going to be the same way he returns. You read about that in the book of Acts. Because the disciples were standing gazing. And the two men in white apparel, those were angels. And they said, "Why stand ye gazing? For the same Yahawashi, the same way you left is the same way he's coming back." But Yahawashi told him, like, "Look, man, y'all don't even know, man." Because Yahushua already knew what he had to go through before he even went through it. That's why when he went to the Garden of Yosemite, and he prayed to the Lord twice. He prayed to the Lord, but he did not get no answer, because that was his his duty. That was the task in which our Lord was entrusted to, or entrusted with. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Mark, or Matthew, sorry. Matthew chapter 26 and 30. And it says, 24 and 29. And it says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And those signs, which when the sun goes dark, which is an eclipse, and when the moon shall not give her light," meaning when it turns into like when it goes into the blood moon stage, those are all signs of the times. Those are the signs, and when the Lord is going to make his great and terrible return, you know. And it says, and after it says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. All right, just as, and this is spoken. This is pretty much reiterated in the book of Revelation, the first chapter. You know, the first verse that I started with. You know, how shall all the tribes of the earth mourn? Well, all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. You know, becoming when they see the Son of Man coming, which the Son of Man is YAHAWASHI. And then they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. You know, he's coming in spectacular fashion. All right, and it says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And that's right. And that's how the and Salakima, I don't know. Throat's all itchy, but it is what it is. But that's how the elect are going to be delivered, by this way, by the Lord coming in the clouds and taking his elect, sealing them, delivering them, and then destroying this place all at once, all simultaneously, all in one big giant movie scene. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, or book of Matthew 26 and 64, and this is the same thing that Mark said, and it's just, and Matthew spoke and saw the same thing that Mark did. They just, you know, worded it differently, but they're speaking of the same exact thing, you know. And it says, YAHAWASHI saith unto him, thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. And that's right, and that's what this is. You know, that's what this is. You know, when they're talking about the alien mothership and all this and that, which is from the brother out there, elder brother, Amawan Gabar, in the New York camp. And but that's what the clouds represents. It represents the chariots, and that's how he's gonna come. Matter of fact, let's grab this, because Luke spoke of the same exact thing. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and 26. And it says here, and it says, and men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Because there's going to be a lot of things, man. You know, there's going to be some crazy things happening. The Lord coming, the the Lord said he's going to what? Plague the world. Or he said he's gonna, well, just like how he did in Egypt, where he said, was that Exodus 3:20, where it says, I will send all my wonders upon the land of Egypt. You know, I mean, he sent many plagues, and knows he gonna send them again. He gonna smite Egypt with plagues as he did before. Okay, and it says, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And that's right. When we see in these things where our redemption's drawn nigh, our time to be delivered is near. You know, out of one with us out, we be found in that number. All right. So I'm going to go on ahead and end it there to the spirit. Just something that was on my spirit to bring forth. I pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. And as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, B'Kakwadesh. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, who taught me this truth. Honors to the brethren in the Akim out there that's been pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to Wadi Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And it's on to the next one. Shalom.